Well, hello there. I'm Faye Fletcher, and I did this painting on a Facebook Live around Labor Day 2021. And I hope that you'll enjoy. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and just pause it to see which colors I use when I hold up my palette. Have an amazing day. Hey, everybody. That light seems a little bright. And turn that off. A little bit better. Hope y'all are having a good day. I'm just kind of straightening up a little bit before I get started. I'm gonna do a painting called Mountain at Sunset. Y'all might have seen this. There's a story behind this. And had a lot of fun with that shoe. Hey, Maddie. Good to see y'all. So with us having yesterday off, or Jimmy was off yesterday, it was confusing. so it's like, what day is this? Anybody else do that? Do y'all do that where you're just like, that threw me off? And today is such a packed day. We have stuff coming up that we've got to do. So right after I get done with this, I gotta hit the road. But anyway, I'm glad to see y'all, glad to hang out with you, and I am going to get started. So what I've done with this is, because let me just tell you, used to I would buy the value packs from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and they were fine the way they were, and it got to where it's like they didn't put enough gesso on them. So now I always gesso my canvases, and anytime I have a class, I also gesso those for my students. So that makes them better. And this is gray. Now it's a little streaky, and usually if I have a class, then I make sure it's not real streaky. But in this case, I know it doesn't matter. So I'll show you what colors that I have. And I have liquid clear, like I say, on here, and I wiped it off. And I have quite a full palette, okay? So I have some titanium white, some phthalo blue, Prussian blue, midnight black, dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, alizarin crimson, sap green, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, and bright red. And then some dark stuff that's left over from yesterday. Because I don't want to waste it. Okay, so if y'all have not subscribed to me on YouTube yet, I'm trying really hard to get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you would try over there, and somebody might put that link to my YouTube channel in the chat. However, I'm Paint with Faye with an E all across all social media that I know of. All right, well, let's paint. Enough talking. Paint, paint, paint. So when I applied my liquid clear, I did it with this 2-inch brush, and I'm going to wipe the excess off my brush. Just wipe it really well. And I picked this one because I'm going to be teaching this soon, and I thought I need to maybe practice. Might be a good idea. I'm going to come right in here with some Indian yellow. Now, the Indian yellow is pretty transparent. And until I put a little bit of white on there, you might see a little bit of the streaks. I'm going to tap my palette. What is that? My brush real quick on my palette. I'm going to come right in here. Sneak some in the water. Boy, I'm doing everything backwards, huh? And then work my way up. These strokes down here are pretty horizontal. And then I'm going to work my way up and just do some little Xy strokes. Like I say, I'll sneak a little bit of white in here, a little bit, to make that more opaque. Well, look at you, Maddie. Thank you. Oh, and painting the light. Thank y'all. So nice. Thank y'all. Woohoo. I'm bringing that all the way out to the edge. I'm just going by the picture in Bob's book, y'all, so it's been a little crazy around here. Everybody has crazy times, right? Now, I'm not going to wipe this or clean it. Hey, Annette. Get a little bit of crimson here. A lizard in crimson. Have y'all seen the picture going around of somebody where somebody painted a lizard in crimson? That is so funny to me. I'm going to come right across here. Do X's. Because by going across here with my crimson, it's going to mix with my Indian yellow and make a nice peachy color. Now the thing about using this liquid clear, hey Cheryl, is that your colors don't get bleached out much. All right, they stay pretty true to how they came out of the tube. Okay, they are transparent. We use a lot of these colors on the backgrounds of some like dark seascapes and such. Alright, and then I'm just doing some Xy strokes. I'm going to come down here and layer that with some horizontal strokes. And I'm sorry if I'm not talking loud enough. I'll try to bump up the volume a little. Hey, Connie. I thought I saw Dylan on there for a minute. I don't know why. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of titanium white. Just a tiny bit. I'll show you that. Just a wee bit. And then tap, tap, tap. Okay. And then by just brushing that across here, it'll give it like a little sheen. But I don't want to put so much that it takes down on the vibrancy. Alright, I like the vibrant colors. Y'all probably know that about me by now. Don't want to lose that bright yellow. And I'm coming right into this. La la la. A little bit more. Alright. Okay, now I'm going to just wipe my brush a little bit. I'm going to go into something that'll be sort of a bluish color and pop in a little bit of some, I'm thinking Prussian, a little bit of Prussian here with a little bit of my alizarin crimson. Yeah, it makes kind of a purple, but I don't want to go too purple. I still want to retain a little bit of blue in there too, so we'll just kind of see what happens up here. I have been filming away, I mean so much, but it feels so good. I'm getting closer and closer to the subscription service that I'm working on, and I'm so thankful. I've been getting lots of good ideas. If y'all have some ideas of stuff that you would like to learn, please keep them coming. Now, if I'm not careful, I could get into that yellow and make a pretty powerful green. And one of my students that lived in Hawaii for a while, she said green in the sky is not necessarily a bad thing. So, but I still don't really try to do it that much. I'm going to come across this way a little bit. See how I do this? And when I'm pulling in from the side like that and flipping out, then it kind of, I don't flip out, but my bristles do. All right, and then I pull this way. And then I'll come down here and just swoop across. Honestly, if it was my choice, and well, it will be when I teach it, I think I would probably put Hey Donna, I would probably put a little bit of liquid clear and liquid white together because I don't like this much transparency. I like a little bit of my liquid white in there. It helps to soften it a little bit more. Because if you are doing this and you're just using liquid clear, if you have too much liquid clear, and that's so easy to do when you're not used to it, well, what can happen is it gets kind of a watery look. All right, I put a little bit of crimson on my brush this time, just to come in and add a purple flavor. Get a little bit more. I'm not doing that everywhere, but I will do it especially here against this part because it makes kind of like a little safety zone. Yeah. Okay. So I do think when I teach it, I'm going to use a little bit of liquid white and liquid clear mix. That way you get kind of the best of both worlds. Okay. I'm going to lay that brush down, jump over here, get myself a clean, dry 2-inch, and get some more white, and then just go in and soften it overall. All right, so kind of did in this area. So I'll do here. A little bit more white. I might have to get some more white. I used to get made fun of so much in class by the way I say, about the way I say white. Let me grab some. So tell me what y'all are up to today. Oh, there's my phone. Silence it. My daughter's saying, what time are you going live now? All right, squish myself out a little bit of white. My daughter's over there on the West Coast. So she's 3 hours behind me. All right, here we go. Gonna go in and add a little bit more light. Just a little. And since I did it up there, I would definitely want to do it here. Okay. And maybe here. I'm going to step back and look at it. I think I'll try to be happy with that. And I know you can get them from bobross.com. Dick Blick also has them. Can get them from lots of places. You could probably do a Google search and find some. Some people get it from qualityart.biz out in Idaho. Alright, I've got a fan brush. I'm going to just maybe go in and make me some lavenderish clouds. Ooh wee. I like that. Now I just happen to have tons of supplies on hand. I've been doing this a long time and stocking up because I don't like to be without. So all right, let's see. Okay, I like that a little better. Added a little punch to it. So what I want to do, because in my world there's a mountain that lives here, but what I do a lot of times, you're welcome. Oh, okay, yep, Jerry's, somebody said. What I like to do is find my horizon line. And I do this because so many times when we're in a class and we're just painting away, it's easy to get too low down on the canvas, all right? And so to kind of keep that from happening, I'll come in with maybe a filbert brush And I'm going to get my filbert with a tiny bit of dark sienna here. And actually my horizon line is almost about halfway, a little bit below half. So this is a very light. Did I say light? Really light little line. It's one that I only make to where, thank you, Tammy. I plan to see you after this. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Oh, you only want it light enough to where you can see it, not any, people across the road. No, Maddie, I think they are. There was a lot of difficulty there for a while, but it does seem like everything is getting straightened out, and I've seen nothing but good. All right, so what I'm going to do is go and make a really dark mixture. I'm going to get these brushes out of the way, and I'm going to get some Van Dyke Brown and some Midnight Black and Prussian Blue. I'm going to just try some equal portions of this. Y'all see that nail polish? I got to get rid of that. Yeah, I know, Kimberly. Yes, Maddie, the paints are amazing. The paints made by Golden are perfect. My friend Nick is the one testing them. I saw him not long ago, and he had piles and piles of them that he has approved. He approves them before they go out to the public. So he's doing a really good job. I have to shout out to Nick. I call Nick my Twitch son. And now that he married Ada, she's my Twitch daughter. So, and Twitch is where the shoe comes in. Hey there, Anthony. Are you getting well? Hi, Dean. Okay, Dean, I have a preview for you. I do. But now it's subject to change. Should I even do that? Should I show what I'm kind of working on? Because you know how women are. We change our minds. I'm glad you're getting better, Anthony. So glad. That was scary. So scary. All right. So I've got my number 5 knife. Show. I know, I might make you wait. No. Okay, so when I look at my mountain, I don't want my mountain right in the middle. I want it to kind of maybe live right about here. All right, and then I want that to be browner. That's awfully blue. Poor little brown couldn't hold up against the other 2 colors. Oh well, that's okay. I'm going to cover it up anyway. Well, I'll tell you where I got my inspiration, besides the lovely poem that Dean's wife wrote. But I have been painting books out of my paintings. So I've been teaching for they smell pretty good to me. Kimberly, I don't know. Do you remember me liking to smell the paint, or does the smell of it give you migraines? Okay, Painting Delight paints are better. Liquid white I received yesterday is terrible. It's like white ink. Mine was pretty thin too, but if I only put the amount I'm supposed to put on, it works out really good. I was taken aback at how thin it was too, but I stirred it really, really well. I use a fork. I have these, and then the little tines, will help me really like cut through the sediment at the bottom. And that's all I've been using is a really thin liquid white, and I've been pleased. So, when I used to get liquid white way back in the day, it was thicker, but I'm not sure if it shouldn't have been thicker back then. I don't know. But if you're having trouble, you can return that. So I would definitely return it. I feel like I got my camera turned around. Okay. Let me put my fork down before I stick a fork in it and I'm done. All right, so I just went in and built kind of a shape here, but now I'm going to kind of just scrape. Cover your ears. All right. All right. Scrapey scrape. And I'm going to grab, I might just grab this 2-inch. Oh, I'm sorry, Kimberly. I know you suffer with those. Oh, you know what? I'm going to add another peak. So do y'all want Dean to have to beg to see the preview? Tell him to beg. Isn't that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Now, wow. I know some people use water soluble, but I don't. I haven't. I played with them once, but not with the technique. Okay, now I'm gonna go in here and pull that out. All right. So getting back to the shoe, have y'all ever heard Bob say anything about a shoe? Just kind of think about it. I'll play the music. No? Well, Bob used to say, he'd say, you know what? It doesn't matter what you paint this with. You could even paint this with your shoe. And one day I did. I did it on Twitch. And one guy did a snippet of it and put it on Twitch official or whatever. I don't know. It's pretty hilarious. All right, there is the underpainting. Okay. So yes, one day I did it, and I had a Twitch channel there for a while. Still have it, but I just don't get on it much. And you can have special emojis made, and someone made me a shoe emoji. Okay, Dean, are you still there? Oh, Dean. I'm going to talk about some shadows on the mountain and go in and put the shadows, which is on this side. I like to do my shadows first. All right. And Bob did too. He, not every time, he did it some. He usually did the highlights first. All right. So I'm going to get my dark sienna and a little bit of Van Dyke brown and midnight black. Go in and cut a little bit and come right here. You got to make the sound. La la la. It was a turquoise one too. I don't know if you can transfer it. But that was so fun. I keep thinking I'll get back on, but I had difficulty. Well, no, I had pretty good following. I just got into other things. I thought before maybe sometime when I'm doing this, I could even turn on Twitch and just do a stream at the same time. I got a good friend that does a lot of moderating. I don't know if you can see the layers here. And I'll get just a little bit of white and a little bit of Prussian, just a little bit, to come in and just put a little bit of stuff here, just kind of highlight it a little. But what I put under there was a little bit of Van Dyke Brown and dark sienna. Now this isn't like exactly how I teach. Usually if I teach, I'm just like show you everything and I'm all waiting for you to do this step or that step. This is just kind of a demo. But y'all can replay this and paint with me. Or you paint now, you know. I'm good with that. Maybe put a little bit here. Even though I don't think that's going to be seen much, but I like putting just a little bit of a dark Prussian blue and white that's kind of dirty. A little highlight, float that across. Okay. Oh, hi Georgiana, is that right? Georgina. Okay, it's a little hard to see. As they start to scroll up, I don't see as well. So if y'all hadn't been to my YouTube channel, please drop over there and give me a follow or, you know, subscribe. And I'm trying really hard to get to 1,000. I'm at less I heard or saw it's like 720. So it's not long. Okay, so I've got dark sienna here. And I threw in, I think, a little bit of my Van Dyke Brown, a little white, a little bit of yellow ochre, and bright red. So I'm going to see. Woo, I don't want to overmix, but that did look pretty bright. Let's go up and see what this looks like. From right here, hold my knife really lightly and just float down the mountain. Okay, maybe a little bit more red. I love me some bright red. Never thought I'd say that. That was like the most unused color I had in my paint box. All right. Okay, so Bob would say you could do this even with your shoes. So here in a minute, I'm going to try it with my shoe. What do y'all think? All right. Y'all let me know when Dean comes back. Or he might be there. He might be scared. Hopefully he's not scared. And I'll go in and highlight it a little bit like I did the shadow side. And Brown Mountains, that was also something I didn't do a whole lot of. And I've gotten where I like those even more. There are so many paintings that Bob has that it's, you know, I wanted to put a little dark in there. There's so much variety. I felt like I had such a big expanse there of the same color. I wanted to kind of break it up. Or it could have been, you know. Look at that. Oh, crazy. Maybe a little bit over here. And here. So after, oh, okay. Well, hey, while you're here, I'm going to show you real quick. All right. This is just a sneak preview. It may change. And you better look quickly. Because I'm going to be gone almost a week. And then it's going to dry. So then I'll come in and I'll be adding some more to it, a lot in the foreground. So you're really not going to see much of that back there. It's just, that's my background. Okay, I promise you guys, I'm going to paint with my shoe. See, from where I did it before, look at the paint. All right, here we go. You can even do this. Hey, yeah. You can do this even with your shoe. Look at that. Am I painting with my shoe or what? So if you don't have the tools, no excuses. Get your shoe, take your shoe off. It is not very easy to be precise. I might have to come in there with my knife and get a little bit more precise there. Ta-da! Paint with my shoe. Maybe a little bit more yellow ochre. Ta-da! Evidently not often enough. I am having a time with this. Y'all need to show me some shoe paintings. Show me what you do with your shoe. Actually, I feel like I'm... It does, don't it? This is my... Yes. This is my my favorite color. So my phone case is the same color. Alrighty. So y'all think of me next time you hear Bob say that you could even do this with your shoe. So wonder if that'll hang. Maybe not. All right. That's got soul, right? This painting's got soul. All right, let's see what else I can do. I feel like a heel for doing that. Oh, it's getting bad, isn't it? Okay, now. All right, so what I'm going to do now is grab a little bit of some white Prussian. Yeah. Paint with a brick. You know, we should have a challenge about what we could paint a whole painting with. I dibs on a shoe. I have dibs on the shoe. But that could be a challenge in October. See what we could find to, you know, paint with, as long as it's, you know, clean and everything. All right, just a little bit of highlight there, little bit. Yeah, Bob had a lot of brown down here that I am just not getting. I hate that. Bob had a good thing going there, and I don't. So, maybe if y'all don't tell him, he won't know. And gets back in the fridge. I knew you were cool. Oh, dear. I got the idea from Bob. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this is a clean dry 1 inch. And I'm going to come across here and just, I like to pick up a little bit of that brown. You know, I told you how he has brown under here and I don't. And so if I tap, especially if I reach down here, and I'm going to tap a little bit of my Van Dyke brown, and then I'll come up here and do this and go back and forth and up. I like to think of this as you're doing this as if you can't make up your mind. You're like, or maybe when you're older, like I am, and you walk into a room and you can't remember what you went in there for, and then you have to go back. So going up the mountain a little bit, forgot what I was doing there, so I go back the way I came. Then I go, oh, that's right, I was going up here, and then I go back. But I don't forget that many times. But see how I'm kind of cheating? I'm getting a little bit of brown under there. Woohoo! That's one way to do it. Okay. And then I'm going to come this way, tap this way. And I think I will just real lightly swoop this. I think I don't have to wipe my brush. But I kind of faked it, and I've got a little brown there. Yay. Okay. All right. On to my next step. Now there's something Bob does here. Hey, Weston, how are you? Good to see you, man. All right, yay. Weston has been helping me with my online business. He's like the one that holds the whip, like, get with it. He's amazing. And I watched a video about him the other day. It was a review, and because he's so good at what he does, he helps people write books. And they were just talking about what a great mentor he is, and man, oh man, I totally get it. I believe it too. He's really helping me out. Thank you, Weston. Shout out to Weston. Okay, so I'm going to come in with my fan and this dark stuff, because I'm skipping something that Bob did. Gonna load it up real good. I'm gonna show y'all why, okay? Oh, you're helping me out. I knocked out 14 more yesterday. They're not edited yet, but okay. Do y'all see this painting? Now this is sort of kind of what I was trying to do here. Don't laugh. And then this, look at that. It's just so big and dark. I'm going to omit that. I opened up a box of Mountain Be Gone, and so that mountain is not going to be there. Now, I'll know for sure if I'm glad I did this when I get done. But there are some tiny little trees here, so I'm just going to kind of stretch them over. And then, you know, y'all can let me know what you think if I should have put that mountain in. And if I should have, you know, left it the way it was. But when I teach this, I'm not going to have a lot of time. So I have to consider that. And I thought, well, if I'm going to omit something, then that might be what I need to omit. Because it's so dark, I don't know. It doesn't add a lot to it to me. Now these are just some trees I'm doing with the fan. I'm going to bring this one down a little bit. I left a little area here, but that's okay. It's going to get covered. All right. So what I'm doing is I just kind of load it up, and then I hold my brush at an angle like this. Yes. Hey, Diane. Diane is my daughter. And y'all see Cheryl and Maddie, and they have both been taking my online classes. They keep coming back for more punishment. Ooh, y'all know what I like? I like how some of this yellow is going to show in there. I like that. Oh, and Weston, he's been in my online stuff too. He's a maverick. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Now this might get a little monotonous, so I'm sorry. Try to be fast. I am digging that yellow show in there. Like it a lot. I don't like that little line there. I got to disguise that. Maybe y'all can't see it. I shouldn't bring it up, huh? Now you see it. Now, I don't think I'd try to do this with my shoe, but if I did a challenge where I painted with my shoe, or you know what, we could all paint with our shoes. But that would be kind of hard to paint everything in a painting with a shoe, wouldn't it? Maybe I might regret my boldness. I'm just going to bring this all the way over, even though that probably won't be seen later. And now I'm just going to kind of step back, take a look, and see, I might want to come in and go put little trees in there like this. And I'm not going to try to really do that down on the reflection. That changes it up a little bit, you know, and makes it look like you got an evergreen in there. So Jimmy and I are going to go on a trip. As soon as I get done with this, I got a painting to deliver. Tammy, that was on here, maybe she still is. She takes my in-person classes, and Kimberly used to. And anyway, I'm going to go pick up a rental car and hit the road. Well, hit the road in the morning. And one place that I'm kind of excited about going is Buc-ee's. I don't know if y'all have heard of that. But it's, okay, so I have laundry going. Did y'all hear that? So Buc-ee's is a place here that's, I've never been. They have the stores in the U.S. where I guess they've just got everything. So Jimmy told me this morning that we're going to have breakfast at Buc-ee's in the morning. So we'll just have to see what all that entails. It's supposed to be like a mega truck stop type thing. High heel, you're right. You like punishment. Alright, so I'm going to really lightly, because some of this is going to have a little bit of some trees in front of it. Over there, I'll pull it down just in case. Alright. Someday, I'm changing subjects, but someday I'm going to show y'all something I'm doing with my paintings, because I've been teaching for so long, and I'm just going to show you, give you a little idea here. For one thing, I don't have enough room to save the paintings on all the stretcher bars. Buc-ee's, yeah. Okay, so very clean restroom. Well, that's good to know. So, do y'all see, first off, this painting right here, I took it off the stretcher bars. So it's just like a canvas page, and I put what we call duct tape right here, because I'm making my old paintings into books. Okay, kind of like the wallpaper books. Y'all, this is the first painting that I ever got the snow to break on. So there you go. And I had it hanging up for a while. But anyway, these are pages in my painting books. And there's one I hadn't done in a while, But this is where I drew some of my inspiration for my, my thing with the challenge from some of those paintings. So I have an idea for y'all, okay? Those of you that are painting a lot, and I think you should always keep track of your progress. And I think a great way to keep track of your progress, especially if you're like giving your paintings away to people and all, and that kind of thing, because I know they pile up. Go online and make them into like coffee table books, not the actual paintings, but send pictures, because a lot of times places like Snapfish, Walgreens, places like that, you can get a book made. And wouldn't that be cool to give somebody a gift? And it's also a record. It's like a portfolio of your paintings in a book like that. So I have a friend, and her daughter paints a lot, and so she's like, I want to sell the paintings, but I told her, and she does sell some, but I said, well, what I think you should do is also make books out of those. So I think she's going to do that. and give it to her daughter for Christmas. You know, here's a book of your paintings you've done. So if you're watching and you are the loved one of a painter, that might be something that person would really like. All right, so I'm going to grab a little bit with a different brush. I've got another fan, and I'm going to go into some green, and I'll get a little bit of this dark stuff. All right, I always go a little over time. Looks like today's not going to be an exception. Be just, all right, that doesn't show up. All right, so let's grab a little bit of khaki yellow. The thing is, I just want it to be so pale. I don't want this to just jump out and grab us. But it's like we need a little something. So when I go in and highlight these just a wee bit, and then I might come in and just do a little bit of this. Just a little. I think it helps them not to be so silhouette-ish. I have to reload pretty often. Go in and just make the sound. Don't forget to make that sound. So while I'm on the trip, I probably have 25 videos to edit. Since Jimmy's going to do most of the driving, and he likes that, so he's not, you know, bemoaning the fact. But I will get to do a lot of my editing while I ride. I don't like to just sit still. I have a problem with that. Okay. I hope these are straight. When I paint from the side, they kind of slant. And I'm over telling people, okay, keep them straight, and then I'm not. Okay. One thing I just love about Bob is how he talks about God and creation. I'm just so thankful to live on such a beautiful earth. Ooh, that's bright right there. Tone it down a little. I'm just putting a little bit of something under there, not trying to get too technical, and I'll come in and just pull that down, that reflection of that. I like that. I'm glad I put a little bit of color in there. Go across there. And I happen to have, wait, there's something else I have to do. Never mind, sorry. I've got a little bit of this dark. I'm going to go into sap green. And this was that first brush I had. And at the bottom, I think I'll just put some little punchy stuff there. So it's going to look a little bit spiky, if you can see it. And then I'm going to highlight it with a different color so it doesn't look like the very same stuff all over again. A little bit more dark and with my sap. And I'm going to come all the way over to here. That's why I didn't worry too much about this here. And look how I'm just punching that in. Okay, punchy, punchy, punchy. And then I'll just kind of cheat and do this. La la la. Okay, now a little bit more my dark. And this here. Put that in. And then over here. All right. Now, I'll pick that other brush, because it's nice to have a couple of brushes going. This has got a little bit of the green and bright yellow, but then I'm getting a little bit of that yellow ochre, and I want to come in and just touch, and love it. Just adds a different dimension. Gives me just a little bit of something different there. It might be, I might pull some of that because it is kind of tall to be that far away. Maybe, I like to make uppy branches on my, my evergreens. And so, maybe I'm just kind of being a little uppity here, right? Okay, and then I'll just pull some of that down. kind of cheating a little. I'm going to come right under and just grab the bottom edge just a wee bit. I'm not going to get the big brush and do it. I need to get on down to the rest of the painting because I have spent so much time here. Maybe a little more here. La, la, la. Y'all still with me? Okie dokie. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of liquid white and come right under here and cut in really thin water lines. Really, really thin. See how I just saw it on there? I ain't scared. My head been in the way the whole time. I'm sorry if it has. I'll back off. Y'all hear my goats? Thank you. Yes, y'all visit my website, join my email list. I'm trying to do this every Tuesday at noon, but what if I threw an extra one up there? Would let you know through email. Okay. Now, it's always good to have another waterline or something here. Now, every time you do a waterline, it doesn't always have to be white. Because see how, I don't know if you can see that, but when I put a little line there, what happened is that it's like a faint line, but it doesn't have to be the white because it still shows some depth. Having the waterlines really helps to show depth. Okay. All right, where else? Where else? I'm really liking this color down in the water. All right. Well, we're going to move forward. And I'm going to wipe off this brush. And I'm going to grab some Van Dyke Brown. Maybe a little more than that. I'll probably have to squeeze out some. All right, and I want to come right along in here and build a piece of land. Build a piece of land. There's a rock. I'm just kind of mashing that in there. And the land is going to come on down to here. So I'm just mashing it. I don't have to, you know, I'm going to throw a little black in there. Give me a little depth. And this is not supposed to be pretty. Good thing, huh? And okay. All right, let me look at it from a distance. Sort of. Okay. All right. That works for right now. I'm going to jump over here. I'll work on that. Then I'll come back. All right, so I'm going to grab a little bit of dark sienna, maybe a little bit of this dirty white, and a little bit of yellow ochre. Come in here and just highlight a little bit of that. See how lightly you have to hold it? Hold it super lightly. And then I'm gonna grab this 1 inch. I'm gonna go in and get, I want something dark. Maybe I'll just get some of this stuff. I'm gonna go and put in a bush here. And I like it that I got a water line right there. And now that water line is kind of in behind there. All right, so I'll get a tiny bit of this color now. A little bit of yellow and green mixed, and go right in there and highlight it. Just a little bit of a highlight. Don't want anything. I want it to come out a little bit more. Okay, so then when I come in with this, that's what I was down there applying my highlight as an underpaint, wasn't I? It just looked like it would work. Alright, so then when, see if I sweep across like that. Yeah, anyway. Now I've got that. So what I'll do, I'm just going to fake it as if I have an underpainting there because this is dark. You have to have a little dark in there to kind of show the light, as Bob would say. So I'm just going to use the corner and let's see if that'll show. Yeah, I like that. I like that one better than I do that one. Okay, cut. And maybe do this. Alright. I haven't looked in a little bit. Oh, good. Hi, Patricia. Long time no see. Alright, so I'm going to grab another fan really quickly. Little bit of some Van Dyke Brown, Midnight Black, and I'm going to have a little bravery test. I'm going to come right in here. Okay. And he lives right kind of down in that rock. Maybe he could come down a little further. Alright. And he has a friend, of course, that lives right about here. Well, mine are getting wide fast. I need to slow it down. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm scared, Dean. I will never admit it. All right, now I'm gonna grab a little bit of paint thinner and go in and put a few little sticks and twigs on it. Pull it out like this. Need nice little twigs for the birds to sit on. Okay. You have to make sure you keep that paint thin. If you don't, it just kind of can get thick on you. So always check and see if you need to add paint thinner. Also too, with this being so dark there, I'm going to add a little bit of lightning. A little bit of highlight. Wow. Okay, that made it show up. Another thing, y'all, when you're using a liquid clear background and then you come in with paint thinner, be careful, because paint thinner and liquid clear, they don't get along real good. And so we use that to our advantage sometimes. But if you get too much, it can cause some stuff maybe you don't really want. You use it just right and it's great. Alright, so there is a little bit of highlighting on that, but I'm going to put some bark on those trees with my knife. Ain't scared. Ain't scared. Alrighty, so I'm going to grab a little bit of this that was on the rocks and come in and kind of put that right in here. I just touch the edge and kind of wrap it around a little bit. And I want to come up to where I can definitely see it up against those distant trees. Okay, and then right here, I'm going to do it again. Touch and pull a little bit to the left. A little bit to the left, to the left. All right, now what I like is that we need to get a little bit of this, some of this that was on the mountain, and put a tiny bit of that as like a highlight. The highlight is what I call it. All right. Then I'm going to jump in here and get some Prussian blue, and the Prussian blue is going to live right here, and that's such a nice, cool, not like in the way that living in the refrigerator is cool, but actually it is. It's a shadow. It's like a cool shadow. Well, I went from too dark to too light, so. All right. Getting tiny bits. I just want a little bit that shows there's like a cool shadow. I keep going from one extreme to the other. Oh dear. I might have to go do a shadowectomy later there. Okay. One more little thing I want to do is just make sure this really looks like it pops out right there. Ta-da. Got a little carried away with the blue side of my tree. It was fun. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to plant a couple little bushes in here, just a wee bit here. Oh, y'all know what else? The little scratches. Use that knife to come in and with your little one-hair brush. Make sure you do that. And then come right across here. And I'm really creating the lay of the land by doing this. Okay, if I just went across and it would look like it's level, but we want it to look really, really like there's a crevice in there. Okay. Okay, I want to jump on over to the other side. Oh wait, duh, hang on. I'm in too big a hurry. I need to pull some of this down. Now, this is scary a little. But I pull that and then I'll get a clean fan. Like how many fan brushes does she have? Okay, and then I'll grab my little bit of waterline and come right in here. Can't believe I was about to leave it like that. Ew. And y'all were just gonna let me tell you what. Okay. All right, hopefully that's good enough for right now. Can't see the bottom edge. Okay. Yeah, okay. Here we go. Hold on, everybody. That better? Yeah. Okay, well, let's go to the other side. I still wish I had that little brighter on that side. I might do that later. All right, so over here, I need some Van Dyke Brown. And I'm picking up everything but that. All right. Gonna do a lot the same on the other side, just a bigger area. Okay. See how messy my palette gets? Oh my. Okay, so I want to make sure I don't go out too far and cover what I've got going on because I like it. So I like just kind of make myself a mark like this here, and I'll go a little further. But then that way, because if I start this way and I'm having fun, if I start this way and I'm having fun, I might accidentally go too far over here. So I try to establish my boundaries here. And that way, this keeps me a little safer. All right. And I'm going to cheat. I'm not going to do it exactly like Bob. changing it just a little bit. Kind of like so. All right, I'm gonna grab my 1 inch, kind of got a worn one here, and I'm gonna go in and lay in some foliage. And I'm gonna come on down, and one of the things that I find, y'all, is that if we have a whole lot of thick paint on this side, it can really cause a problem, but this time it happens to be brown. That's exactly what I need it to be, even though I don't have it over too far. But see how I touch this, I tap it in there to where you can still see some sky, and you can you can still see some of that mountain in between there. And I'm just loading up more Van Dyke Brown and coming down. I want to still be able to see some of that through there. But those dark colors are all working in my favor today. And I'm going to come right in here and put a few bushes in. But I'm trying to be careful not to eat up all my pretty water. I'm really liking this painting. I'm going to be teaching on this trip, and so I picked out the painting that I felt like I needed the most practice on to do for y'all today. So this is helping me to feel a little better about it. I think the blues and the browns look really good together. Oh, hey, Dana. La, la, la. Good to see you, Dana. That's okay. It's okay. I'm going over an hour. Okay, so here's my brush that I was putting in the bushes with. Let's see, maybe I'll come out a little bit here, but I want to be careful. So by it kind of leaning in a little bit like that, it really helps to pull the viewer's eye into the canvas. All right. So, gonna grab my number 3 fan and just come in and just make some tree trunks in there. I'm not trying to make them super fancy. Okay, so there's that. They're just kind of like your supporting cast in a movie, you know. They're not like the star of the show. But they're needed, they're important. Okay, and I'm going to have one that lives right about here. Oh, it picked up the highlight from that mountain. That's a happy accident. And I'm just going to come in and put a few limbs here and there. Come in and pull that up. Pull that up. Got to make the sound. Got to make the sound. Oh, I like pulling that limb out over those trees. See how that just really will push that stuff back in the distance for you when you do that. And then a few up in here. What is that song? Up in here? Up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Now that probably has some ugly stuff in it, and here I am over here singing it. I don't know. Okay. Annette, I don't know. They did talk about me coming. But we really haven't gotten any further than that. I don't have any plans right now. And I'm pretty booked, but I might could in the first of the year. Let them know you want me. And of course, I'm friends with David and Pam on Facebook. I'm going to go in and put a few little flowers, a few little greenery. I think that traveling and painting, Annette, the thing is that where I'm going in December, or September, I'm sorry, I'm traveling a couple of places, and the classes are full, you know. It's not as hard to get them full in some places as it might be others. So, you know, this day and time, it's like I kind of really need to know that I can get a good crowd to make it kind of worth it to travel. Hope that don't sound bad, but you know, by the time I pack up everything, it's just, I kind of need to be able to know that, you know, it'll be worth it to do all that, since I'm getting, it's harder now than it used to be. All right, so I went in and put a few little bushes in there. And also, I'm going to get some, I think I'll make a little bit more highlight mixture. But, I mean, if somebody, especially if somebody wanted to jump in and get a good group together for me. And anytime somebody gets a group, you know, and I can always talk to you about what I require, then the person that gets them, they can paint for free if they get everything together. All right. Well, not Laura S. Walker, but if, you know, if it's an individual one. All right, so come in and put a little highlight here. I tried to give them a free class at Laura S. Walker, but David, he's so good about really obeying those rules and stuff, and he's like, nope, that is against the rules here. So I said, well, okay. All right, come in and pull that down, straight down. Blur it. Oh, look at that. I don't like how far I went out there. Well, I'll have to fix that. But then I'll come in and grab a little bit of waterline stuff. Just a little. Maybe this will kind of disguise it, huh? A little bit. This was a little complicated to do today, wasn't it? Maybe I need to not have as, you know, complex ones on Tuesdays. Y'all tell me what you think. I keep hitting the thing. Wham, wham. I tell you, I love it there. There's a lot of really sweet people. I really enjoyed having them. Okay, so I'm going to come right down here and put a big tree. I'm going to get this is a number 3 fan. I'll grab a little bit of that midnight black. And in my world, this big old tree comes in and he lives right here. Okay. And you'll be able to see the difference between him and the others in just a minute. And he's going to flare out a little bit because that's what big trees do. That's one of the things I really want to talk about in my online course. How to make realistic looking roots coming out of the ground. Or, you know, how roots are. So that's one thing in it. I do have an online subscription service coming next month. And I have been working really hard on that. And so that way, people from all over the world can come and paint with me. All right. So I'm pulling across with my little number 5. Now I could use my number 10 and probably cover a little more territory. But this is what I picked up, so I'm going to use it. Rufus, our doggy, is going to go stay at Savannah's house, and she has some kind of big dogs, so, you know, I'm hoping everything will be okay. The big dogs will not suffer any injuries from Rufus, Rufus the scary. You want more? One thing I've learned about watching videos. Yes. It does help you, don't it? It helps me to get better whenever I have, and especially, you know, if people are watching me. I'm like, But you know, one thing about it too is I'll kind of own up to stuff I did wrong. I mean, I may as well, you know, people are seeing it anyway, but then that helps. You know, I think that lends to the realness, if that's a word, the genuine aspect, and it you know, it does put me on the spot, but I learn from it, and then I think it makes other people feel better if they see that we don't do everything perfectly. I definitely don't. I'm going to come in and put just a wee bit of shadow, a little bit of that cool shadow. Try not to get too carried away. I think what I did wrong on there is I made my cool shadow just come around, wrap around a little too much. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I want to get a little bit more of that. There was a painting, one of the Dreams on Canvas that I did, what was that? The Evening Waterfall, where we had to put bright red on the tree bark on one side, you know, with white. And then we had to have, like, the blue on the left. And it was kind of scary, but they really turned out nicely. That shadow, that coolness just really showed that it was in a cool shadow, that blue. And then the that red just mixed with the white made a really pretty warm highlight. I love that painting. Okay, maybe look how very little I have, like, running out. I'm gonna just come in a couple of places here and just kind of hit the edges. Just a couple of places here. And maybe a little up here. There's going to be some foliage up there. I don't want to go too crazy. And I'm not crazy about what I did down here, but you know what? That just happens to be where a bush lives. That is just where a bush lives. And if you don't believe me, just watch me here in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to grab, which one? Let me get another 1 inch. I'm going to have a lot of brushes to clean. All right, y'all are hanging with me. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to grab a little bit of, I like that color. If I kind of mix that together, pull in a little bit more of that dark sienna. This is what I put on the mountain. So let's just see what happens if I come in with my 1 inch and put a little bit of, okay, it needs more red. I know that's pretty bright. Maybe I better not go red. Maybe a little bit yellow ochre. Tone it down a little bit. That little ridge right there. All right, let's see what happens. Still not showing up. This is all Dean's fault. I'm kidding, Dean. Jimmy's not here, so I have to blame somebody. Dean's wife does really nice poetry, y'all. She's on Instagram, and her handle is Writers of the Lost Art. Is that correct, Dean? Feel free to put your YouTube channel in there. In the comment section, Dean, I should have said that sooner. Y'all need to go follow Dean. And he does something about like this on Thursdays at noon. Alright. And I'm going to throw a little bit of cad yellow right here and see if I can make that show up. Oh, yay! Okay, now let me see what else I need to do besides that down there. Alright, maybe I'll get a few limbs and sticks and twigs. Plant a few of those. They always add some interest. like this, especially like over that waterline. But keep in mind now, this had a lot of liquid clear on there, so you do have to be careful because they are mortal enemies. Maybe I'll make more of a grass. I think that would look good to have sort of a graph. And I'm rolling that. This is kind of a, I don't know, not the prettiest color ever, but let's see what it looks like. A lot of times too, you can even just put paint thinner. Have y'all ever tried that? Let me try it. Cleaning my brush. All I have on here is paint thinner. I'm going to pull right there. Oh, duh, right over that. Yeah, don't like that. See? Forgot my own rule, so let me fix that. But over in here, you could do that. You could just have paint thinner on your brush and pull that out. So we've got some little grasses that live out here in our world. And I'm going to grab this. Maybe put a few little bushes in here. Getting close to the end already. And that, you know, where I don't like that trunk that much, that, like I say, that's where some bushes happen to live. Gonna grab my knife here, get some of this highlight stuff. And if you ever notice, sometimes when you put your knife up there and it gets all, you know, you get like a flat top. I just will come in with a little bit of a little bush or something and just put a little bush that lives there and kind of breaks that top there so it's not so bright, it's so flat. Okay. All right. And grab a little bit of this and see what I can come up with for a rock. Angle it a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. Like a little baby mountain. Aww. Aww. He's a little baby. Okay. Maybe a little bit more down here. Oh, what is that? A few little bushes. A little bit of green. I'm gonna come right in here. Have that kind of come over the side there. That kind of makes it feel like it belongs. All right, well, I might put a little bit more bushes over there. I don't know, but for right now, I'll give it a signature. A little bright red. If I missed anything, any comments, y'all, I'll come back and answer those. Be sure to jump over and subscribe to Dee. Thank you. I'm going to step back and look at it. I like the colors too. They're pretty vivid, aren't they? I had a lot of fun with y'all today. I hope I didn't get my head in the way too much. I was over here doing it and I thought, how long have I been here with my head in the way? But I hope y'all have a great day. I plan on being here next Tuesday at noon again. I might be so tired that I go up and I'll paint a stick figure and say, big smiley, and say, have a good day. No, I'll do better than that. But I do plan to be on next time. So, and if you haven't subscribed, please do to my YouTube channel. Follow me here on Facebook. Thank you so much. I need 1,000 followers. Please share this. And then I will be actually doing my lives on Facebook once they let me. Not Facebook, YouTube, once they let me. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, happy painting and God bless. Thanks again for watching. If you painted with me, please tag me on Facebook with hashtag Paint with Faye.